All right, we got Bird, Lovech from India. I think I'll go knight f6 again. See if this turns out better than last time. c4, straight a6 again. Maybe we don't play Queen's Indian against the knight c3 though. Like last time I said something stupid about it. So, could still turn it into a Queen's Gambit. Bang. Or could go here for the Nimzo. What else? Guess this is technically still possible to turn it into some kind of a Benoni. But yeah. Let's see how our Nimzo is. And pretty much this is the extent of my theory. So c5, castles probably moves. d5 is probably still a move though. Queen b or b6 might still be also a move here. Okay, I'll castle. Let's see what happens. How can bad castles ever be? Alright, bishop g5. A pin of sorts. I think I'll c5 it anyways. Let's see. Some ideas of opening the queens up here. I don't think it's gonna lead to much, but it's a thing. So knight c6 would pressure this guy here. d5 takes. I cannot really take. Knight goes somewhere. Knight here doesn't really make a sense there. Guess d5 also is possible still. Or b6. I don't know if I can fight for the e4 here. Well, we have pinned one of the defenders here, but they have pinned mine, and also the queen did come here. I don't know. I'll play knight c6, even though I do think there, like maybe castles. Or knight f3. Seems like a move too. Alright, I'll take here. I think I'm gonna do d5 anyways. Even though I think it might be a little weird, but I'll do it. Hope we don't have to ever worry about any nonsense here. I'm not seeing it at the moment. They're going for the d5, maybe 5 take. Though they have an isolated pawn there. Queen a5, chop chop. Not really leading anywhere. If I take, this is always defended, so I'm not really threatening anything either. Of course, we could just drop the bishop back here. Which doesn't seem too bad. Queen is a bit weird on c2 though. I don't know. I'll allow this nonsense here. Trying to somehow like get some kind of a isolated pawn. And it would be ideal that if they move the bishop, and I would like get a free move here and then get a free move on the queen, and I don't know, stick the knight there. Even though I'm not always sure this is the setup we really want to, but I think it might be okay here. I did waste some time with this nonsense here. Alright, so I think I'll just take it now that they moved the bishop. Before they change their mind and c5 or something. Which probably might have been a good move though. Here, they can't really go b4 yet, but yeah, I guess it's fine. Alright, so can they really gambit the pawn? I could just defend it. So here, question mark. There is a queen b3. We could also try to like get the bishop to do stuff. a6. b5 here. I'm a little worried about this coming now here because there's a lot of dudes supporting that, so I'll try to stop it. I don't know about this though, like this looks like a possibility. Then if I go here, chop. At least the king not being castled gives me all kind of opportunities on the e-file. But also I have to probably question if I put the knight there and they castle. First king safety, then they might start to threaten to take, and I guess I could take. So how do we, that's technically hanging, not really, but do I really want to take here with the pawn or with the bishop? Okay, could I get away with some kind of a bishop or b6, bishop b7 nonsense here? b6, let him take. How bad is that? d5. So b6, bishop takes, or sorry, bishop takes, g takes, d5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 1, 2, 3. So I might have to take. They take with somebody. I'll retake. They take. My queen's lined up here. Horrible. We might have a check here. But my rook's also hanging. At least that would not be coming back because it traded here. I'd have a doubled Isolani on F-spile. H-spile Isolani. How about if I... But still that one... Or A6, B5 is also another option always in these situations. Takes. That's definitely a possibility that d5 will be played here. We could put this knight there. Make them clarify here, but then how would we take back? We could take with the queen temporary. Because any takes would be, or double take would end up, whenever I take here, I'll give a check. Then we'd end up with the both having an isolated d-pawn, except mine already is under pressure somewhat. It doesn't look horrible though, but I don't know, maybe a5, a4. I mean, of course, we could also come back and threaten to chop that light squared bishop off. That would end up in some kind of repetition, wouldn't it? Or could, technically. What did I do? I hit the queen. They went here. I go back and they go back. This seems a little lame. A little bit lame. I haven't also really calculated the knight d5 line at all. Castles. We could just always take here, but still might do bang. Do bang. Guess queen a5 is legal. Not really hitting here or here. Would defend the knight though. Get the queen away from here. Seems wrong though. Seems really wrong. Oh, my instincts say play b6. Even though my brain says no, it can't be done. It can't be done. I don't know. I'll go here, whatever, man. Seems somehow wrong though, but I think best for white is to castle. Get the king into safety, and then I still have to solve this problem here. Also, in this setup, we're not putting any pressure on these guys or stopping this nonsense here. Only thing we are doing is fortifying d5 break here. Square in front of the isolated pawn. Which often makes sense, but I don't know. This rarely is the right way to do it though. So we'll see. Live and learn. My often can like everything kind of works out as long as this is here and we have this threat here and take there and check there, so I'm not losing anything yet. If they take here, I could probably... Could I even take with the bishop? Probably not. That's too far. Probably too far. Knight takes. Then they could push through. Nah, that seems fine. Yeah, that seems like the best idea. Just tuck the king into safety. Now I still have my problems, and I think mostly, like if I had this in, I'd probably do fine. b6. Now, if if I play b6, knight takes here. Knight takes here. Takes here. Bishop takes here. It would be on my rook, so b6, knight takes, bishop takes, pawn takes, bishop takes, queen takes, bishop b7 though. Queen e5. Queen e8. h6. Does that do anything? They just moved away. Of course we could play here, kick this guy out. Then try to move the bishop out. Yes, the downside is that think they can do d5. I'll take knight takes, bishop takes, knight takes, rook takes. Maybe they can even get away with that. So here, d5, pawn takes, bishop takes, knight takes, rook takes. Actually kind of annoying. I mean, I could always take here. That seems so stupid to have gone here to take this knight away. Didn't solve anything about this nonsense here. Bishop d7. Knight takes, bishop takes, queen takes. Is bishop d7 okay? I'm trying to get it here and there. a6 is the possibility. b6 seems too slow now. I will put a lot of pressure here. I have put a lot of pressure here. So this is definite. 1, 2, 3, hit. 1, 2, 3. I'm overthinking this too much though. Here. Takes, push. I'll try this one because it looks interesting. Even though it might be a pawn sack. I mean, it's definitely a pawn sack if they take here, of course, but kind of curious. Because this looks a bit dangerous to take. So I'll take here. Or knight takes, pawn takes first, bishop takes, knight takes, queen takes. Okay, I'll take this way. And then I'm not sure if they take here, which way I take back. d5 still looks dangerous though. I mean, this doesn't look too great to me. I think. Or maybe he takes the bishop first. Whatever. If he takes maybe here. No. That's not working at all. Because I have this defending here. And this looks a little too dangerous to allow. I mean, this is technically possible, but very dangerous. This loses a piece. Maybe that doesn't lose a piece. Maybe this way, right? No, then you have no takes here. Wow, you can get away with that? Holy moly. Well, I don't know. I'm gonna pin the bishop and see what's up, but that did look very brave. Maybe the idea is d5 here. My bishop is hanging here, so I can't really move here. Except maybe I can, like, let them take. I'll take. Yeah. Maybe d5. Maybe d5. e5. Knight takes. I have no bishop here because of knight here. d5 probably is the move. What else? I cannot take it, of course, because of rook takes. Yep, yepers, jeppers. If I go straight up, bishop c8. What happens here? Pawn takes here. Rook takes here. Rook takes here. Rook takes. Yeah. No good. So here, I'd have to go somewhere like here and then hope for stuff to work out somehow. Like takes. Oi, yai, yai. This seems like a big threat. Somewhat of a big threat there, man. Does this fail completely? I thought this is totally untouchable, but somehow he just took it without no fear at all and calculation at all. Like, I have to try this, but I'm not really seeing how it works. Because it doesn't. How about this? But then here, knight takes, queen takes, bishop here, saves the day, right? That is so disgusting. That is so disgusting. If I go here, I lose this guy here. That was the one plan, but it didn't look like a great plan. This side doesn't threaten anything, which would keep the bishop defended. Jauksa, jauksa. Not sure what's going on. I'll go here. Let's go completely different side from everything. I'm down a pawn. It's not the end of the world. This pin is still alive. It gives me some hope. Like maybe there. I mean, this doesn't look good. It's a weird move though. Somehow I felt like it's the least out of place. I don't know, maybe he can kind of oh, this doesn't really get out of there. I was thinking this here, get out of pin. And this still hit this guy. But I could move this and still be a pin. Maybe they go here and then it's not a pin. Yeah, probably. I'd get this pawn back though. And then it might end up with a bishop pair. This is ridiculous though. No, also the problem is that he has 9 minutes and I have less than 1. There is the 10-second increment, so we could do stuff with that, but if we somehow manage to survive alive. I really butchered that Isolani position, didn't I? I thought I have some kind of a decent version. Maybe the knight b4 was just wrong. It looked tempting with the queen on c2 to go there tempo, but maybe that's just always the wrong plan. Can't be always the wrong plan, but maybe it was the wrong plan this time. Excusez-moi. Well, isn't this giving me a piece here? Why can't I take it? I'll just take it, right? Because why can't I take it? Alright, I'll take it. Here I get the piece to safety. Here I'll take with the bishop. If you take here, I don't see what's wrong with that either. I'm not sure what's that move about. Maybe there was no way to save the piece, but still looked weird. Looked a little bit weird. Is there some kind of a fork somewhere that he could hit this guy and that guy at the same time? I don't see it at the moment. Oh, running out of time too. Horrible. But you have two loose pieces. This is technically loose because it's already hit once, so. But I don't see how he hits it second time. Well, here the increment might save me because if we get to an endgame piece up, then I'm pretty golden. We need to save this bishop or here. I think I'll just stick it somewhere where the sun don't shine. It's out of the way. No funny business here. This is hanging. That is hanging. b3 defense bolt. This is of course a little awkward here. And the back rank is semi-weak. Semi-weak. I could go here and chop that knight off, right? Okay, I had to like try to scan that. There's again no horrible forks around. Alright. Well, offer a queen trade here. Good job here once. I kind of want to get rid of that. Knight or here. Okay, I'll take here, whatever. It does kind of suck to give up the bishop there, but just to simplify things. Knight is somehow disgusting piece. Yeah, I'll let that be a little weaker, but just to fix my back rank. I have to fix this guy somehow being a completely stupid. So I think I'll go here and there. Maybe rook there, yeah. I'll offer again trade deal to gain some time. They should probably go here. Threatens that too. But now they are not on this, so I could probably get this off here. Fight for that E file. Fight for that E file. D file. I'm fighting for a lot of files. This is covered. This is covered. The bishop is still not doing anything. At least, well, it is doing stuff that they can't go there anymore. Which instantly came in handy. So let's give another try here. Okay, I'll just defend everything like, and if allowed, stick the rook up there. Okay. I mean, I can do it, right? Bishop is defending it. It's a bit awkward, but it's fine. Not threatening anything though, but... Oh, now I just noticed that the bishop is covering that too, which is pretty handy. I also have a decent amount of that, so I don't have to panic anymore. And we have the increment coming up too. But I should still try to stick to this guy, because if I lose this somehow, then it becomes really awkward to win. Really awkward to win. Like maybe I should try something like this, that. Maybe he was threatening to go here. I wanted to go here and trade some stuff. I have this coming up here, so he should move some of these guys off here. Some of these guys off here. Okay, I'll double the rooks then. Stupid loose bishop. Oh, I did give up this square. I have this rook here if he tries now this. Get some stuff off. I mean, this is instant threat anyways. I'll try it anyways. I think so. We have a check here. Now we have a check here. They're not threatening anything, are they? I'll give it a check here. Guess I could technically go here too. It's a bit of a weird move. Agree. Allowing them to go here. Check. I was gonna block here. I've covered this. I lose this one, but that they cannot take, I think, because of bang. Whatever. This is, I don't know, maybe this is awkward. We are on the rook though. Now he gets to lets me trade it off too. And then we are just in a piece up endgame. Okay, so he's threatening that. Can't really deny this. We could technically go here for a second to improve the position. Because the rook is definitely pinned there. I don't have to take yet. Can't move here, he can't move the king. If he moves the pawn, I'll move the pawn. Maybe they should do this. I have this check too. I don't even have this move. They're kind of bind down here. This is kind of nice move actually. I like it more than I think g4. Not sure. G8-6. King tries to sneak away. I'll check him back. I think I'll go here. Let him check and go here. He has to go back. My king is getting a little closer by the minute. Is this time to bail out? King here, king here, king here. We could go here to hit this guy. It does hang the bishop, but then the rook hangs. He can pin me, but then I win that guy. This doesn't really work. I'm playing a little bit with fire, and even here I can probably chop, so he just resigns. Takes, I'll take this guy. Check, we go here. Of course I could also take with this guy. That was a weird game. Let's look it from the top. Where's the analysis board? So it started as an IMSO. I'm pretty much out of book around these parts of town. Let's turn on the book so we learn something. So bishop g5 is really, really rare with queen c2. a3, e4, more common. My castles was still the most common. c5 was the most common reply. Black's doing apparently fine here. Then d takes c is the most common. e3 is the second most common. Both seem fine. Knight c6 is a bit pretty rare. h6. Bishop h4. C takes, e takes, knight c6. This is kind of similar though. Do we transpose soon somewhere? h6 I did mention at some points. That is definitely a common move. Bishop e7 has been played. Now there is 4 games. With black doing pretty well. Here is fine. Apparently, now we go out of book. a3 has been played by white. Then we transpose to something more common. Okay, but after bishop e2, well, let's keep the book on just so if we transpose, and we instantly did. Knights here. Nobody has played this. Computer doesn't really think that's too bad yet. I did say h6 again a few times at some points. Not sure it does make a huge difference where the bishop is gonna be. It is defended by 1 in every place. Right, apparently somebody has played h6, bishop, knight b4. Let's see quickly what happened in this game. Queen went that way. Bishop d7 then. I thought this is more annoying though. Castles, bishop c6, rook f8, and bishop sticks there. Knight takes, bishop g3. This looks actually pretty okay. What does Mr. Machine say? I say zeros. White slightly better, but almost still. Well, now it starts to change minds. White is comfortably better. Not much. 0.3 is almost nothing. Alright, so this is fine. Even this is fine. Let's now turn off the engine or the book. This is even fine. I'm also not at all sure about it, but somehow like everything else looked a bit sus to me. Like, do we take here or here? Like if you take here, I think this is a bit annoying. Because bang. All kind of threats with the queen. B6 looked wrong. Let's confirm from the computer. Yeah, bishop f6. White is winning. So at least I dodged that trap. It looked annoying to deal with, and it was apparently hopeless. Okay, but ask quickly, what does the machine do here? It actually takes here, which I was considering. A6. And then maybe the push is no good. Oh, I have this nice in betweener too. Ooh. Okay, and what if white plays A4, stops B5, Queen C7, dodge out. We still haven't solved this problem here, but maybe we are fine here. Knight E5, maybe. Then computer throws in B5 for no particular reason, just hack the pawns away. Hack the pawns away. Why not? Rook A3. Queen takes C3. Nah. Fine. Cool. This is actually a pretty cool trick, because I feel like this is definitely a position you could easily find yourself in if you like to play the... Oh, this getting into IQP position from Nimzo, but you can get there from almost anything, like Alapin or Caro-Kann or whatever, or playing against IQP. Tarrasch, whatever. I guess we would be playing with IQP in a Tarrasch. But okay, this worked out fine. There. But this looked like insane to me. Only move D5. Apparently bishop F6 is the winning move. Not sure what that does. D takes here. If the bishop takes is fine apparently. Just hanging the queen for no reason at all. So we win this in the end. Would be equal-ish. But here taking with F pawn. And maybe then this becomes a problem you cannot deal with. Rook C1, I suppose, trying to cover everybody, going here. Queen goes here though. Not sure what this threatens though, like still just chop. Not sure what's the point of that conclusion there was. Maybe we go here and knight D4. Okay, this is way too hard for me. Not at all obvious we are actually trapping the bishop, but apparently we were. I'll just give up. Alright, okay, so this... They should just play bishop F6. No, yeah, I should play this, but they should play takes. Bishop takes. Queen B5. Oh, hit my bishop. I saved my bishop. A6. Out of pin. I can take here, and then we are equal. Fine. Computer apparently takes there, and then... Well, it's a weirdo. But this just hangs a piece, right? So I can take here. And then even though we have a loose piece, there is no fork. Now it's just this bishop is a bit awkward here, and my back rank is a bit weak, and I probably don't want to lose the A7. So I just bully them, simplify a little bit, fix the back rank. Probably could have played G6 or something here to fix the back rank this way. And I did that anyways. Bully the queen, and then we can bully the trade. So when you're up a material, you can always bully your opponent by offering trades. And well, usually you should still stick to a close to equal trades if you're up material. Because if you keep little beneficial trades for your opponent, like they get more active pieces and they're all kind of like you give a little bit here and there when you offer trades. The advantage might shrink to almost nothing. I think my trade offers were decent here. Not sure what I was really like looking stuff like here, but I'm not sure I did have this. No, it's probably not something we want to end up in. It looked interesting though, hitting there. But it's probably too far. Yeah, I don't want to deal with this. We're up a piece. Offering trades. Okay, here I saw that this is fine and this is fine and this looks dangerous, so I can allow this. And this was probably a mistake. No. Yeah, it has to be a mistake from team. I think they should go here or something. Maybe even here. Oh, that is different, so I'm sure hitting that makes a difference. But yeah, they cannot go into a pin though, because then it's one of those eternal pins. So I'm sure I can take and should be winning this endgame for sure. But I don't know. I was greedy and wanted to make it even more winning. Because I saw that he can't really move anything at this point. Like if he tries to get out of pin, I'm gonna give him a check. And I don't know, make a move that they cannot do anything about. Like here, the one check, I go here. They can go here and then we move the bishop, for instance, here. I think it's finally a zugzwang. Guess they have an h4, a4 maybe, but like I said, if the a pawn moves, I can just keep taking pawns. And next we could. Also, I'm pretty sure at any moment I could have just chopped and won the endgame anyways, but why not make it sure? Like, if I instantly took here, there's like always that small chance that their king is more active than yours, but I assume hitting this guy gives me enough time to get the king, to meet that king somehow. It's actually kind of awkward, because if you go forward, we just take, and if you go backwards, well, then my king is gonna be actually the one that gets further ahead. Maybe not. He still gets a little more active king. But yeah, these should be winning too. Anyways, they watch this for a second, but pretty sure this ends up in some kind of zugzwang where he loses more material eventually and then can always chop and win. Can't say that was controlled because I definitely had no clue what was the evaluation around these parts of town. Bishop d7 was like, I hope it works, but I can't calculate it all. And it was also kind of like, they could, for instance, take here, rook b8, if takes there. Well, I can always take a perp here. Apparently taking here is a horrible mistake. Yikes. Yikes. Yeah, actually would have turned it bad. So probably should have taken here actually. Alright, this moment Oh, apparently this is not horrible, but h6 and stick this knight to d5. If takes, we take. We have discovered. Or even stick it without h6. Fishing bowling here. Yeah, seems okay. Queen b3. Now it takes. a6, d5. Oh, now we take. Check. Queen somewhere and yay. Black's better. Fine. Alright, thanks for watching. It was a bit of a clueless performance, but somehow we won with one inaccuracy. Queen f6. Bishop f6 win somehow. Okay, I had no idea what happened in that line though. Looked like mystery to me. I'll take it. Anyways, ciao.